and welcome back to Advertising Week. I'm Gail Myers with Industry Index, and we have David here from Placed. How are you? Thanks for joining us.
No, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Cool. So, always just trying to educate the space, people, what you're up to. So tell us a little bit about Placed and what your unique value is.
Yeah, so with Placed, what we do is we take smartphones and we convert them into people and places. So we have over 200,000 people that have installed an application that allows us to measure where they go in the physical world 24/7. And in exchange, we give them compensation, just like a Nielsen or ComScore.
Right.
And then we take that data, we normalize it to represent the US population, and then we're able to do things like on Black Friday, what was the market share by hour for various retailers. We can go in and say, saw an ad, went into the physical store. We can say, outside of proximity, where else can I find someone that went into a Whole Foods?
So tell me a little bit about how that works. So you've obviously got this panel, correct? Are you serving media? Tell me a little bit about your client base.
Yeah, so we work with 60% of the top 25 mobile ad networks and publishers in the US.
Excellent.
So we don't sell media. So we think you have to separate attribution, targeting, and analytics from media. And so our focus is really partnering with people like Thicknear, Weather, Pandora, Millennial, XAD, Verve, etc., to really measure what people are doing in that physical world.
So when, let's say if I am a client of any of those companies, what kind of reports, how are you reporting back your data and insights to these companies?
Yeah, so almost think of it like it's DoubleClick for the physical world. So
there you go.
So if you're, let's say you buy something from Distillery and you're a brand, and you buy some media from Distillery, what we will do is then go in and say, of the people who saw the ad, how many people actually went into that physical store? So we can say, oh, this ad campaign that spent $100,000 drove 72,000 people in store. And then on top of that, we'll do things like measure lift. So what did it look like exposed versus unexposed, because we have that built-in panel.
That's incredible. Well, we know from just industry index data that the biggest pain point is really tracking any kind of mobile usage and driving to in-store or any kind of conversion. So it sounds like your technology is servicing that need.
Oh, absolutely. And I think the big thing that you find is like 90% of, or sorry, 9 out of 10 conversions associated with mobile advertising happen in the physical world. So when you see an ad for Sears, for The Gap, for Best Buy, not all conversions are going through that mobile channel. They're actually occurring in the physical world where you go into the store, you look at the product, and then you purchase it, and I think that's where we're seeing that gap get filled. Additionally, for like quick serve restaurants or fast food or fast casual restaurants, the conversion, there's no conversion in mobile. The conversion is, I want you to go into my restaurant and buy something. So it's really about that in-store conversion.
That's incredible. And how long have you been in the space personally? Have you been doing this for a long time?
We've been around for almost 4 years now.
Wow.
So it's been a little bit. We really started early on as the analytics focus, and then we saw more use cases come up, specifically from the advertising side of things, to be able to kind of measure that intersection with not only the physical world, but with advertising.
That's great. And is there any examples, client examples, or any kind of insights you can share back with us?
Oh yeah. So we had a Black Friday retailer that was focused in on the fashion space.
Yeah.
And what we found was that they were optimizing off of click-through rate before. And the agency was like, click-through rate's not great, it's not the best metric.
There's still, the war of click-through rates still happening.
Exactly. But they came back and said, hey, we want to try this out. And what they did was they implemented placed attribution. And what they found was that it was generating over 100,000 in-store visits for their media. And they're like, oh, did not ever see this. And they came back and said, hey, at a high level, we're going to tell you how many people who came into our store converted and what the average order size was. And when they backed out all the numbers, they found out that $100,000 in media spend actually touched $1.3 million in in-store sales. So it's really trying to change that conversation to say it's not just all about mobile to mobile, it's about mobile to physical, mobile to desktop, etc.
Yeah. So I saw a bunch of your reviews on Industry Index, and your clients rave about you. So obviously you guys are doing something really well.
No, appreciate it, appreciate it. It's great to have a service like that to actually get that feedback in real time from our customers.
That's great. Well, thank you for visiting us, and to visit Placed, please go to industryindex.com and take a look at their ratings and reviews. Thanks so much.